nerds? I'm Hendo, and today we're making the Cocktail of Invulnerability based on the potion from Dungeons & Dragons. Every month I make a different prop and cocktail based on a different potion from D&D, and this is my 8th one. We're using vodka as a base, and we're gonna make it look like liquid metal. I'm gonna cover the lore behind this potion, the ingredients we're gonna use, and the recipe. So without further ado, let's get started. The Potion of Invulnerability is a rare potion that looks like liquefied iron. For 1 minute, it makes you resistant to all damage types, which means that you take that damage and cut it in half. I love that it doesn't make you actually invulnerable despite its name because, let's not be unreasonable. The battles would take forever. Anyway, having all of this resistance is probably extra useful to casters because their concentration roll is very reliant upon the amount of damage that they take, especially if you're fighting a baddie with big, beefy attacks. Remember that resistance is a binary effect. You either have it or you don't. It doesn't actually stack. However, it does stack with a save. So for example, if you're being hit by fireball, if you make your dexterity save and cut that damage in half, you get to cut it in half again because of your newfound fire resistance. I've seen some really interesting homebrew flavor attached to this potion where your senses are also dulled significantly, like sight, taste, and touch. That's just kind of neat flavor that might be good to keep in mind when you're RPing taking the potion. It also kind of makes sense since this is a cocktail, alcohol kind of does a similar thing. Alright, so with all of this in mind, let's make it boozy. These are all of our ingredients. We're bringing back our goodest boy, Sky Vodka. I already went over Sky Vodka facts last time, so this time I thought I'd try and investigate why there's another Y. And I absolutely didn't get very far. There's a Reddit post kind of making fun of the fact that maybe it's drunk so it has an extra Y, and the Sky Twitter said that 2 Ys are better than 1, so maybe it's just sort of an excess thing, which makes it seem more luxurious. The only thing I could really find is that Sky is actually suing another company called Skyguard for having 2 Ys in their name, which is kind of a bummer. It's this like roofing company that was founded by 2 disabled veterans, and I feel like they have more of a case for the 2 Ys because it makes a little house in the logo. I don't really know how that turned out. New York Times wanted me to pay to view the rest of the article, and nah. But hopefully everything worked out. It's a pretty petty thing to sue over, so hopefully they dropped it. I guess what you gain by supporting the LGBTQ+ community, you make up for in corporate greed. Hopefully it's still tasty though. We're also gonna grab some tonic water, which is a carbonated beverage that's a little bit bitter. Tonic comes from the Greek word tonikos, which means invigorating, so most tonic water is either refreshing or energizing. One of the main ingredients is quinine, or quinine, not really sure how to pronounce that, but it's a little bit fluorescent under UV light. Quinine was also used to treat symptoms of malaria. So tonic water has had a good long healing history. And we're gonna make our own rosemary simple syrup. So you'll need some sugar and some fresh rosemary. Rosemary is one of those herbs that's been a part of lore all over the world for a long time. It's often a sign of remembrance, and it's been used in funeral ceremonies all over the world. It's also a really hardy plant that can survive in a lot more variety of climates than some of the other more sensitive herbs. Mint. It is actually part of the mint plant family, and it's rich in antioxidants and can also help with digestion. Does that make this drink healthy? No, it's still an alcoholic cocktail, but it's still fun, so. Finally, our last ingredient is a little bit of edible luster dust. The Potion of Invulnerability is supposed to look like liquefied iron, so we want to make sure it's nice and metallic. Okay, let's get boozing. This recipe is super easy, so I'm going to make it more complicated for myself by making my own rosemary simple syrup. It's a 1-to-1 ratio of water to sugar. I'm adding a sprig of rosemary to infuse the flavor. You can also use a 1/4 cup of leaves, but I don't want to have to pick them out, and I don't want it to absorb too much of the color, so here we are. So I'm just going to pour that into a glass and let it refrigerate until it chills. And now that it's done chilling, I'm ready to use it. We're going to make enough for 2 people, so I'm going to use 2 ounces of this rosemary simple syrup. Then 8 ounces of tonic water. And now 4 ounces of Sky Vodka. I don't know exactly how much of the edible luster dust to add, so we're just gonna do it a little bit at a time until it seems right. Start with a teaspoon? Half a teaspoon. We're gonna start with half a teaspoon. I forgot it's tonic water. Maybe I'll just stir it. Let's stir it instead. Look at it! Definitely do stirring. Okay, so not to toot my own horn, but that looks pretty sick. I know I don't really do anything besides like add luster dust to like basically a vodka tonic, but it's still radical, so. And just give it a little sprig of rosemary as a garnish. What? Let's try this sucker. I don't know how to describe that flavor. It just tastes like rosemary. Wow. Maybe it's the tonic water I don't like though. I decided to go ahead and coat the second glass in a little sugar rim to account for a little bit of that bitterness I don't like. Now we're talking. I made an extra batch to take to a friend later, and I want to fill up this really cool diamond decanter somebody gave me as a gift, because look at it. Finally, I have a few diamond-shaped ice cubes that I'm going to add to the beverage too. Even though you won't really be able to see them through all of the metallic fluid, I think it's still nice to add it. They're so cute! Now we're all good to go to enjoy our cocktail of invulnerability. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get to enjoy this cocktail with your friends or chilling at home. If you're looking for a prop version of this cocktail, you can also check out my Potion of Invulnerability build coming out next week. Sorry for kind of dragging my feet on getting this video out. It's been really hot in SoCal and I am melting. But next month we're doing the Potion of Toxicity, which is actually a 3.5 potion. But let me know what other kinds of potions you'd like to see me make too. And until next time, I'm Hendo. Thanks for D&D drinking with me. Why did I decide to do this in armor? It's like 100 degrees outside. That was not a big brain move. It was not a big brain move, Hendo.